My next guest, though, is an award-winning comedian who was born in Canada, also known as America if your name is Donald Trump. Thankfully, for all of us, she is 90% Irish and 100% hilarious. We are delighted she's making her first ever Late Late Show appearance tonight. Would you please welcome the brilliant Katherine Ryan? This is an outfit. Wow. There we go. Wow, this is the Valentine's Day outfit to end all. What do we think of this, guys?
Always
Thank
you.
So good.
You know, it's not every day I get invited to Ireland to see you.
Well, you say that. I mean, you know, you do have the Irish roots. You grew up in Canada. Your dad was from Cork, is that right?
Yes, he was. Still is.
Still is. Yes. And what... I love that I've just announced the death of Catherine's father before we even started the interview. So what was it like growing up with that sort of all of that Irish stuff going on in a small town in Canada?
I mean, my dad was considered exotic, I think, when he came from Ireland. And I know that you get around. There are Irish people all over the place, and especially in Dublin, every American thinks they're Irish. But we really had a connection. We'd come back once a year. And I can't say I was thrilled with Cork on my first few visits because I wasn't allowed out.
Get it all out. Just get that all out.
It's not Cork's fault. No, I think my dad, first of all, there's evidence that my dad was a bad man because he had 3 daughters, and I think God punishes naughty boys by giving them daughters.
Yes.
I know he was robbing orchards. There were stories about tetanus shots. And then when my sisters and I visited Cork, he wouldn't let us out of my Nana's house. And I was like, but why? And I think it's to keep us away from boys like him.
Okay, I see.
Yeah.
But then you also brought some of the Irish merchandise back to your village in Canada.
I was a hero in my village because not a lot of people even had passports. They didn't get out much. We didn't have the internet. And I would hear new music. It was a lot of boy bands, girl bands. I was the first to bring back, I'm not sure, Christina, if you're familiar with the Now music albums. But,
yes, I do.
Oh, good. Yeah, well, in the 90s, you'll remember I'm Horny.
Yes.
Horny, horny, horny. I don't know if you can clear it.
Yeah. Good time for horny.
But no one in Canada had been up until that point.
What was it?
And when I came back with the records from Cork, because there was...
they got it on.
Yeah, and we'd go to Penny's in Cork City. We didn't have things like that in my town, so it was really cool, and everybody would say that we had accents, and I mean, I liked it.
I mean, we love that. I mean, you came back to Mayfield in Cork last October to christen your daughter.
Well, I'm sexually incontinent these days. I have babies kind of the way a drunk person eats chicken nuggets, just all at once with complete disregard for what it's doing to my body. And that's very Irish in a way. And I think the nicest thing to do for the family, who are all still throughout Cork and Dublin, and my Uncle Owen is here watching tonight, I know, we christen them at St. Joseph's Church in Mayfield, my dad's church, and where we were all christened, and it's a nice time.
So not England, that wasn't an option?
Oh, no, no, no. I mean, there's nothing worse that you can do to your Cork dad than move to England and have British children. He doesn't like, but that's my rebellion. You know, I'm gunning for an OBE just to really piss him off.
We got a few pics here, a couple of pics of the christening.
Oh, yeah, the theme was Westlife.
Wow. Okay, and is this is your daughter who was meant to be getting christened doing a runner, is that right?
She left. Yeah, she's the first baby to actually run out into the parking lot of a church. People were horrified. She's a spirited one.
This is a good news story.
She's a fire sign.
Oh, come on, look at that. How cute is that? Yeah. We love that. I can see the Westlife vibe going on there.
There's nothing like an Irish church. And I do shows, and when I'm in Ireland, my dad always tries to give me advice, which is sweet. He'll be like, all right, I'm gonna brush you up on some Cork material. And I'm like, oh, great. And he says, Jimmy Barry Murphy, Roy Keane, and Munster Rugby are the Father, the Son, and the Holy Ghost of Cork. I'm like, Dad, I kind of do dick jokes. That's not really, it's not really my vibe.
Well, depending on who you support.
Yes.
I mean,
Roy can be a bit of a,
It is Valentine's Day. I know that yourself and your husband, Bobby, have a very romantic origin story. Can you talk us through this?
Well, do you think it is?
I mean, not really.
No. We were high school sweethearts, and then he split up with me to pursue a football career. And then I was home filming Who Do You Think You Are back in Canada, and I bumped into him in a pub, and I decided to shag him for a laugh. Just because, like...
So just give me a moment. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. Keep going.
That's why everyone loves Canadian girls, by the way. That's our idea of a gag, pun intended. And so But I had no idea that after that evening, he would fall in love with me and follow me back to London. And then we got married 9 months later. And in my defense, I thought he was already married when I shagged him. I had no idea that he was gonna ruin my life. So it is sweet. It's sweet.
We actually have the picture from the prom. This is he dumped you at the prom. Is that right?
At the prom, yes.
At the actual prom. So this is the night that you guys were together.
I look Irish in that photo. You have to admit.
I mean, you look. Talk us through the inspiration in the outfit there. That's.
Well, I was a big fan of all things girl bands, Bewitched. I was mostly just focused on getting my midriff out as often as possible. Yeah. No eyebrows, orange fake tan. Right. It was a look. I picked it up in Cork.
Yep. We also have a little pic of Christina on your prom night.
Wow. See, that's much better.
My mom made me that dress. She sewed that for me, and those were my grandmother's gloves.
Wow. Well, you didn't have to show that after mine. This is high school all over again. Bobby, look at what you could have won.
Chris, I mean, I would love to say that we have some pictures from the Debs, but no pictures.
No, they
were
weren't
made
allowed.
Public, I believe.
No, they said I was looking too good. I had the the Steve McManaman kind of mid-90s kind of I was going to say beef curtains. That's not it. the curtain haircut look where you would go like that, but very curly. Yeah. But straight down the middle. It was really repulsive.
Yes.
But I went to 3 Debs. 3 of yeah. It was I think medium, rare, and well done. Mostly in terms of the.
Bobby is with you tonight, I believe.
It is. Yeah, we're still married.
Okay. And is this a romantic break, or is this just to get away from the kids and get some sleep?
It's both. I mean, I've been dying to see you for ages and come here.
Yes.
What?
Oh, not like that. Sorry, just on the show. Okay, sorry.
Yeah.
I thought.
And so we've taken the opportunity to also have a little date. And I think, Valentine's is nice, and we met each other later in life. I think a lot of people who are looking for love later, it can happen, and I would recommend going for a divorced man like Bobby. Because I would never date a man on his first try. Was your husband previously married?
He was.
Oh, thank God for that. Because a divorced man has been humbled. And he's already ridden the roller coaster of being passionately in love to standing in the ashes of that failed relationship with nothing but his golf clubs and a car loan, you know what I mean? And Bobby knows he can't do better than me. He's already tried. And that's what I love.
We've got a little snap of the family from the series At Home with Katherine Ryan, which I believe you describe as a budget Kardashians.
Oh,
is this
yes.
what?
Yeah,
what the vibe is?
the state of television now. It's like the Kardashians, but I'm not even wearing shoes. As you can see, we're trying to get a boost from the foot fetish community.
Very neat house, though. Very, very tidy. That's
I'm
good
doing
work.
well.
And,
I'll send you regards to the cleaner. It's fun. I exploit the children for monetary gain, and why not? That's why I had them.
I think this is good. Is there anything off limits when you do these reality shows?
Well, I love all my children equally after the first one, who's obviously the favorite. And she's 16 now, and I do think that she's entitled to some privacy during that time in her life. But she's just so gobby on the show, and it's difficult to keep her. I'm trying to tone down the brat, because having a teenage daughter is like giving birth to your high school bully. She's like Mussolini with a Stanley Cup. You know, she's got a 45-step skincare routine and zero empathy. She's mean. But
I mean, you say this. You would do anything for her. I believe did you hire a midwife to go and queue up for Taylor Swift? I think we got a headline. Explain this. I was confused by this. You sent a midwife to... Katherine Ryan admits she hired a midwife to queue up at 4 a.m. for Taylor Swift tickets for her daughter. So, is that
I think
real?
it says it all, really. I don't know what's confusing. I found a solution to an obvious problem. Midwives, they do shift work, so they're ready to go at any time. And then there'll be a lot of loose women in that queue who could give birth at any moment. And then the midwife is there. No, yeah, that's what happened. I don't understand. I did hire a midwife. What are you confused about?
No, I just think it's
Are you judging me as a mother?
I am judging you as a mom, and I'm giving you a 10 out of 10. I think that is a brilliant bit of business.
The thing is, the girls had standing tickets, Violet and her cousin, and they wanted to be the first ones, but I just didn't feel that it was safe to be outside a stadium at 4 a.m. And I did ask my midwife, who delivered my baby in my own bedroom and has seen me from the inside out, and I thought, why not this?
And I mean, you know, Taylor Swift tickets, £200 each. I mean, that's a cesarean delivery, I would imagine, anyway. So that's all good news.
Exactly.
You are going to stay with us. We want to test you or to help out with it, because the romantic stories you've been telling here, we feel that you're probably the best person that can help us out with this. Katherine brings her Battle Axe tour to Limerick, Galway, Belfast, Dublin and Cork this year. You can catch Katherine's reality series At Home with Katherine Ryan on Channel U and W, which apparently is one channel. Give it up for Katherine Ryan.